On Christmas Eve, two teenagers left a high school party and vanished without a trace. Their Chevy Camaro was never found. No crash. No witnesses. For a full year, search teams combed the area and found nothing, until a chilling discovery deep below the expressway forced investigators to reopen the case and question everything they thought they knew. Before we dive into tonight's case, take a moment to subscribe to the channel, like this video, and share it with others who are fascinated by true crime stories and real-life mysteries. Every week, we bring you chilling disappearances, hidden tragedies, and the disturbing truths that surface long after the headlines fade. Tonight's story isn't about a serial killer or a calculated crime. It's about youth, recklessness, and how one ordinary decision on Christmas Eve led to a year-long mystery that devastated families and haunted an entire community. Two teenagers left a high school get-together party and never made it home. Their car vanished. Their bodies were never found. And for 12 months, their disappearance defied explanation, until a single discovery uncovered the truth buried beneath the valley. Stay with us. Evan Cole and Marcus Reed had grown up together. Same schools. Same bus route. Same football games on Friday nights. Evan was the quieter one, reserved, polite, the type of kid teachers trusted without question. Marcus was louder, more impulsive, always chasing the next thrill. They balanced each other. Both were 17. Seniors. Counting down the days until graduation. Talking about cars, girls, and the kind of freedom they believed adulthood would bring. Neither of them thought much about consequences. They'd been waiting weeks for the Christmas Eve party, an unofficial high school get-together that happened every year, always hosted somewhere just far enough from parents to feel exciting, but close enough to feel safe. Or so they thought. The Chevy Camaro SS wasn't Evan's. It belonged to his older cousin, who was out of town for the holidays and had reluctantly allowed Evan to borrow it for the evening. The car was powerful, loud, fast enough to turn heads wherever it went. Friends warned him, "That thing's too much car for you." Evan smiled, confidence masking inexperience. "I'll be fine." Marcus loved it. That night, when the engine roared to life, it felt like freedom wrapped in steel. Neither of them realized that the car would become their coffin. Snow dusted the sidewalks. Houses glowed with string lights. Families moved inside as the temperature dropped. Evan told his parents he was staying at Marcus's house. Marcus told his parents he was staying at Evan's. A harmless lie. Or so it seemed. They pulled into the party just after 9 p.m. Music thumped. Laughter echoed. Red plastic cups littered every surface. Alcohol was everywhere. Beer. Cheap liquor. No supervision. Christmas-themed outfits were part of the joke. Santa hats, red hoodies trimmed with white fur. Evan and Marcus wore Santa Claus-style hoodies, laughing as they posed for pictures that would later become painful reminders. At first, Evan only drank a little. Marcus drank more. And more. By 11 p.m., Marcus's speech was slurred. He stumbled once, laughing it off. Friends noticed. "Maybe don't drive," someone said. Evan waved them off. "I've got it." No one insisted. No one took the keys. No one called a parent. It was Christmas Eve. Everyone assumed they'd make it home. They always had before. At 11:45 p.m., Evan and Marcus hugged their friends goodbye, pulled on their jackets, and stepped into the cold night. The Camaro's headlights cut through the darkness as they drove away. That was the last confirmed sighting of them alive. The expressway curved through forest and valley, elevated in places, dangerous in others. At that hour, it was nearly empty. Investigators would later determine that Evan was driving far too fast, likely over 100 miles per hour. Alcohol dulled his judgment. The car responded instantly to every touch, amplifying every mistake. Marcus leaned back in his seat, half asleep, unaware of the danger. As they approached a sharp bend near mile marker 17, Evan failed to slow down. The tires lost traction. The Camaro clipped the guardrail. Then everything happened at once. The car lifted, spun, rolled, and vanished over the edge of the expressway into the darkness below. No explosion. No massive debris field. No witnesses. The valley absorbed the crash, swallowing sound and evidence alike. From the road above, there was little to see. No obvious skid marks, no broken guardrail severe enough to suggest a vehicle had gone over. The Camaro fell deep, landing in dense vegetation far below, hidden by trees, brush, and terrain that made it invisible from the highway. The boys never stood a chance. By Christmas morning, fear replaced celebration. Evan's mother checked her phone repeatedly. No messages. No calls. Marcus's father drove to Evan's house, only to be told Marcus wasn't there. The lies unraveled quickly. By noon, police were notified. Officers initially assumed the boys had stayed somewhere else overnight. Teenagers often did. But as hours passed, concern grew. Their phones last pinged near the expressway, then went dead. Search teams were mobilized within 24 hours. Police cruisers lined the highway. Dogs traced scent trails. Helicopters flew overhead, scanning the valley below. Nothing. No car. No bodies. No wreckage. It was as if Evan and Marcus had simply vanished. The absence of evidence fueled speculation. Had they been picked up by someone else? Had they run away? Was there foul play? Social media exploded with theories. Flyers went up everywhere. But the valley kept it secret. Weeks turned into months. Families clung to hope. Psychics were consulted. Tips poured in. None led anywhere. Search efforts expanded and contracted, but nothing ever turned up. The Camaro SS, a loud, unmistakable vehicle, had vanished without a trace. Winter melted into spring. Spring into summer. By fall, the case grew cold. But the families never stopped waiting. By the next Christmas, the town tried to move forward. Lights returned. Music played. But Evan and Marcus's houses were quiet. Empty bedrooms remained untouched. Their parents attended a memorial service with no bodies, no remains, no certainty. Just grief. It was early morning when Thomas Keller, a farmer whose land bordered the valley, noticed something unusual while checking his property. Metal. Twisted. Rusted. At first, he assumed it was illegal dumping. Then he saw fabric. Red. White trim. Stained dark brown. Blood. As Thomas pushed through the brush, his heart sank. A crushed vehicle lay hidden among trees, a Chevy Camaro SS, barely recognizable. Nearby, partially scattered, were two human skeletons. Santa Claus themed. Clothing clung to the remains, stiff and discolored with old blood. Thomas backed away and called police immediately. Within hours, the valley was swarming with investigators. Dental records confirmed the identities. Evan Cole. Marcus Reed. The Camaro had fallen into a blind spot, completely invisible from above. Alcohol was present in preserved tissue samples. Speed. Loss of control. No foul play. No crime. Just a tragic accident hidden by geography and time. Families finally had answers. But answers didn't bring peace. Only the crushing realization that one decision, one drive, had ended everything. This story is a painful reminder that not all mysteries are born from evil intent. Sometimes, the most devastating tragedies come from ordinary choices made on ordinary nights. Evan and Marcus didn't plan to disappear. They didn't plan to die. They were celebrating Christmas Eve, unaware that the road ahead would become their final destination. If this story moved you, let it be more than entertainment. Let it be a warning about alcohol, speed, and how quickly everything can change. If you want more deeply researched true crime stories like this, make sure to subscribe, like, and share. Your support keeps these stories alive and reminds us why they must be told. Stay safe.